What's up, everybody? Back again with another episode of Sneaker Sundays with your boy Kemi. This week's a very special week because I just made a pair of these Giannis Zoom Freak ones. This is my first time working on a pair of these. It was a mesh canvas, so that presented a lot of challenges. So I did these for one of my friends. His name is Antoine Mason. He's a professional basketball player. His dad played in the NBA as well. So this is a pair of shoes to honor his dad who had passed away in 2015. And this is the other pair is the honor of one of his friends who passed away just around Christmas time in 2020 last year. So stay tuned, check out the video, let me know what you think.
For Mason, Jermaine Johnson to Mason for three from way outside. Oh my goodness!
But he just tried to creep it over the front of the rim, and that sometimes doesn't work too well for you.
He should have just threw it down, really, and counted it one, banking it up.
Happened. Jones high off the paint, can't get it to go. Chance for Halifax, and
So right now we're just doing a little bit of portrait drawing using lots of light browns, dark browns, a little bit of yellow to give it some flavor. More so to adding a little bit of white for highlights and just giving it a good rounded shape. That's pretty much how I start my portraits, you know. I work with the darks and I go slowly to light. So you always have to constantly look back at your reference material and make sure you get all angles of the portrait right. Make sure everything looks exactly the same as the picture he gave you. So this is pretty much how I do my portraits. And this is just like a small glimpse of like the process it takes into it. Especially working with mesh is one of the hardest materials you actually have to work on too. So hope you like the video. So right now on the other side of the shoe I'm doing another portrait. And this is one of Antoine Mason's friends, Antoine Lewis Jr. So yeah, as you can see the process, I'm putting all the lights in first again, like the highlights, the skin tones, like lots of light yellows, light browns, and just creating a general shape, general skin tone. Then I go into work a little bit darker, use more blacks, darker tones, maroons, just to bring out the facial features. So right now we are midway through the portrait. I'm just doing the nose, putting in some cheekbones, adding in little dark tones underneath the eyelids, just stuff like that. So the portrait's almost done. So let me know what you guys think in the comments, and make sure to subscribe below. Stay tuned for next week.
Anthony Mason was one of my favorite Knicks from the 90s era. And it's been 6 years now since his passing. And I wanted to have a special podcast to celebrate his life. And joining me today is someone that knows him the best. It's his son, Antoine, checking in from Spain. Antoine, how you doing today, man? Thanks for joining me.
I'm good. Thanks for having me.
Absolutely, man. And as I say, you know, your father was one of my favorite players, man. Number 14, the style, the grit, the New York energy, the passion that he brought to the game. You know, he was a soul. He was the heart and soul of the 90s era, man. And, you know, I just wanted to bring you on just to shed some light on who he was. But we know him more as a basketball player. I want to hear from you. Who was Anthony Mason, the man and the father to you?
He was my best friend. We could talk about anything, sports, anything about life. Funny, he loved playing jokes, loved joking on people. Kind-hearted, you know, you see the tough, physical person on the court, but on the off the court, he would do anything for anybody.
Kind.